So today we're doing the casting for the fashion icon that's going to be published on, it's actually going to be launched on February. And, you know, it's like, Tony, how does like a Marine get into fashion? How did that happen?
For me personally, I would say it was the fact that fashion designers are putting women in more masculine attire these days.
Okay.
I love the switch over. I love streetwear, as you already know. And I think that transitioning out of the Marine Corps, especially so recently, like this past year, I would say for me, it's just been able to do that transition so seamlessly is what it's felt like. Is a very easy feeling to slowly get into my comfort zone with clothes that I feel comfortable with. So clothes that are a little bit, maybe a little bit bigger than my size, a little bit baggier, but it's still fashion. It's still very much something that everyone wants to be wearing. Items, designers from Calvin Klein or Saint Laurent, like they do a great job.
So you pretty much connect more with the urban look?
I do, yeah. I would say my goal is to do more of like looking like a woman and looking a lot more, well, I shouldn't say looking more like a woman, but maybe just feeling more feminine. I'm more used to a very masculine, baggy look, but I would say that having designers like that, that are incorporating that streetwear and fashion wear, that has helped me seamlessly.
Well, I seen you in the runway, so there's no lacking of femininity in you. Okay, that I can tell you guys is like she is beautiful. It's got an amazing, you know, figure, and it's kind of like being, you know, a Marine. It's quite a transition, and I understand that your husband's also a Marine. How does he feel about this whole you modeling after being a jarhead?
He's my number one fan. He is the best support system. He is the strongest support system, and he is just kind of, he's always in the background and kind of just cheering me on every step of the way. And
Yeah, well, I mean, I seen some of the photos that you guys together, and you can tell, you know, that the joy of him looking at you doing what you love. So that must be a great feeling for you.
It is. Thank you. I love that you said that. He's going to love that you said that because now he's going to be like, see, I do support you. I do.
You can tell the facial expressions. I'm a people watcher. I often go over and I sit, you know, and smoke a cigar and just do my thing, and I just watch, you know, the reactions. You can tell when someone is arguing, when they're in a good space, when they're happy, when they're not, just the body language. And you know, in seeing you guys, you kind of like make a great couple. You guys really
Thank
do.
you.
You're portraying that anyway, so.
Yeah, good. Keep it up.
Now, as far as what do you think was the turning point for you to get into to fashion, to get into a model?
I deep down, always wanted to be a model. I think that the turning point for me is when, I mean, I was in middle school and I was called up on stage for, it was some sort of like a, not a community thing, but it was like an assembly for our school.
Okay.
And we had the opportunity to show off, it was like an African community, like appreciation day type of situation. And so basically this community with ethnic clothes was showing off they were just showing everybody, oh, hey, this is what we wear in these parts of Africa, and who would like to come on stage and kind of show and do like a little bit of like a show for everybody.
Okay.
And I rose my hand immediately. And I think that was the moment where I was like, I have a certain type of stage presence that I genuinely enjoy being in front of the camera. I enjoy being in front of people, talking to people, getting to know people, and like where, you know, and then it was just like, oh, wow, like where do these patterns come from? And then, so it kind of just all came together, but I would say it's always been very deep inside.
And it's interesting that you said that because back in the days, I'm talking about, I think it was 1600 or something like that, that's how fashion shows started. They were not called fashion shows. Models were not called models. Okay, they used to be called mannequin, and there, I forget the name, but there was a French designer
Okay.
that he would dress up his wife and have her go to the horse races and just parade. That's what they used to call them, parades. Parade herself up and down to showcase her husband's outfits. And then, you know, she would change and she would like do like 3, 4 dresses. And then that's how he became very popular, because obviously it was influencing the, you know, the hierarchy, the wealthier people that would go to the horse races. So that's how a lot of the things started. And those are some of the points that we're actually going to be bringing on. And that's why it's called the fashion icons, because it's like a lot of people that are really iconic in the way that they dress. I went to the last fashion show that I went to at the Hard Rock, at the Guitar, and there was this girl. She was like a fashion statement herself.
Wow.
She was obviously a model, but she was not modeling. She was not in one of the shows, but the way she was like, wow, I was like, I had to stop and tell her, and it's like, she kind of looked at me weird. It's like, and I says, I'm a fashion photographer. I'm not hitting
Don't
on you.
worry about it.
I'm not hitting on you. I'm a fashion photographer. This is what I do. You know, I mean, I'm often find myself like staring at women and all that stuff, and people are like, "What is this like doing?" Well, I'm looking at, are your nails done? I mean, do you have a pedicure? You know, are your eyebrows, little things like that. That is like, I'm a feminist, so it's like I'm looking at, you know, is the clothes fit for you? I'm like, girl, don't you know that that flower that is here is just making one up bigger than the other, and it's just not in symmetry? It's like, don't you look at yourself in the mirror? But, you know, that's a lot of the things. I'm a people watcher. Okay. So that's one of the things. So if you ever had the opportunity to interview a model or a designer, who would it be and why?
Oh my goodness. You know, I would say, oh my goodness, I'm like the founders of Burberry. Like, I love how they took the inside liner of bags, and that pattern for Burberry is iconic. And I just want to know kind of what was going through their minds when they're like, we're going to use that inside liner and we're going to make that, we're going to put that on the outside of all the coats, all the jackets, all of the sweaters, everything. And just kind of seeing like where the inside of that, like where the origins of that.
The whole thing, and not just with them, and I'm glad that you brought that up because very few people know about that. Okay. But like I remember back in the 90s, the McDonald's had this this commercial that it was a little girl. She has braces on, and basically it was this big burger that they were selling. And the message that they wanted to portray to is that you don't have to be a big, you know, man to eat the burger, that anyone could eat it. So they broke all of the rules in the fashion industry, and because before that, they had really never seen a model with braces on because it was unheard of. Okay. So they broke the pattern, and people are like, hey, it's cool to wear braces. You know,
yes.
and that's
people wear braces.
Right. That's what it is. You know, it's like I often go to some stores and I'm like, it's like I feel intimidated to walk into because they don't have real size, you know, like, no, we only go up to 34. Girl, I'm a 38 pushing 40. I need bigger pants. Thank God that my favorite jeans, they sell them in Walmart, which is, it's a free commercial for Wranglers. That's my favorite jean brand. It's for men, you know, the pants go up on the waist, not down all the way on the hips, you know, showing your underwears and stuff like that. So that's just me. What type of modeling is your favorite? I mean, do you like runway? Do you like photos? Do you like commercial? How do you see yourself in the future as a model?
Right now, because I can see my favorite changing almost by the day. Right now, my favorite is runway. I love it. It challenges me. It makes me think a lot about how I want my body to move, how I want it to be this walking in, you know, for lack of a better word, a hanger for this designer that is trying to promote themselves and trying to get their work out there. So I really love that opportunity to show off somebody else's work is my responsibility, and I get to do that for them.
And it's funny that you said that, because here, since we have our coaching program, it's something that we're always kind of like going against the current. That a lot of the girls, they going out and they want to be, look, whenever you're modeling, it's not about you, it's about the clothing. And it is right, that's how we call it, okay? You're nothing but a hanger.
Yes.
Okay, and some of us could be very, me included, could be very tough, rough, whatever you want to call us, because you're getting paid, or you're doing a trade.
Absolutely.
A collaboration with a brand. You're there to represent the brand, and you have to carry out the vision of the designer, understand it, accept it, and project it. Because a lot of girls confuse the runway modeling with a pageant, and then you'll see them and they go out to the front and you're doing this and you're doing this and you're doing this, and I'm like, where the hell did they teach them these things?
Yeah.
It's all about the outfit. Just going out and show it off. You're just going in there. Sometimes you're happy. Sometimes if you're doing a runway show like a swimsuit or like Victoria's Secret,
Yes.
then you see that it's a little bit more animated.
Yes.
There's the, hey, you. And you see a photographer, you throw them a kiss, or a hot guy and kind of like wink at him,
Yes.
Because that is playful. That is expected.
Yes.
And, whenever you do a fashion show like that on a, let's say, on a club or on a fun ambiance, it's a whole different thing than if you go and do it into a real fashion show. And I go to all these fashion shows here in Miami, and I'm like, please. And then my biggest pet peeve, most of you women, and I generalize, you have your scrunchie of the
Yes.
hair. That is
you
like
told me
my
that
biggest
the first
pet
day
peeve
we met.
ever,
Yeah.
ever.
I don't do it.
And it just looks bad.
Yeah.
It's just it doesn't go with it. And it's now some of the designers are getting wise, so they're making them like into like a little braces to kind of like camouflage it and all that. So I still hate it.
You can see it like a mile away.
I can see it.
Yeah.
It's just my sixth sense, so to speak, and all that. So just for the camera now,
Sure.
let's just go back there, give him a little runway,
Okay.
and just show off some poses here.
Great.
Go for it. Go for it.
Yeah, okay. I'm gonna go with what I've just like recently learned from my classes.
Go for it. There you go. The weird sound you heard was the chair moving. There was no air escape anywhere. It was the chair that moved.
That was me taking my space. That
Okay,
was, yes.
she went
That's what it
into
sounds
and she
like.
like,
That's what
you
it
see
sounds
that
like.
you heard?
Yeah.
It was the chair, okay?
what-
It was not Baron letting some air out, even though my balloon is full, but
Right? And it wasn't me. And like, but that I was like, I just wanted to be like, that's what it sounds like. It sounds like air being released when
yeah,
it only takes their space.
yeah,
So,
but no air release here.
No.
Okay, so
Yeah.
that's pretty much it. So I want you to go ahead and give us a little bit story, kind of like a fun fact about you. That if you were go to an interview, a casting, and what would be something that you would let whoever's doing the casting, kind of like let them know about you. So kind of like you want to connect with them. Do you want to tell them something? What do you think it would be? What would it be?
I would tell them that my first show, my first runway opportunity, I had no idea what was going on. And I showed up with my comp card and I gave it to this woman who was, she had a new contour collection, very elegant, beautiful designs. It was evening nightwear or evening wear, very elegant, just very elegant. And I went to her with my comp card. She looked at me. I immediately felt very naked. And she tried to put me in a dress, and my hips were too big for the dress. she looked for another dress, and my shoulders were too broad for the dress. And at that moment, she was just like, I'm sorry, I don't have anything for you. I'm sorry. But she said it like, you know, I'm kind of being nice about it, the way I'm saying it. But the way she said it was like, you're trash, your body does not fit what I want it to fit, and I need you to like leave, like get out of the way so I can fit other models, because there's a time hack.
And you have to put on your big girl or
Yes.
big boy pants,
Yes.
and don't take it personal.
Exactly.
Because there's going to be, like, I've always tried to be the kinder person. I always try to kind of like get some people to, you know, tell them no in a graceful way.
Yes. And not
but
everyone is like that.
No.
Yeah.
I actually, it's the other way around.
Yes.
Most people are like, you know, they'll just look at you, do something, and it's like, hey,
No.
thank you, that's it. But at the other end, you have to look at it. I was doing a photo shoot with a girl, and the client had all the swimsuits. All the swimsuits had to be shot. Okay. So she started looking through the bag and the box to pick which one she wanted to wear. And I was like, you're gonna wear all of them. We're just wasting time. So it's like, what are you doing? So I said, no, I want to see which one I want. So I let her go. I said, no problem.
Okay.
I took a chill
This is the
pill.
model saying this.
I'm
Yeah.
just smoking my cigar, and we're going through there. Then she comes back and she does the same thing. Then the third time, and then the lady, owner of the swimsuit line, said, Baron, just send her home. I don't want you. I'll pay her, but just, I don't need her. Everything has got to be done. She knew what we're doing. We're not picking and choosing. This has to be done. I just don't feel the energy. I went on over. I confronted her. Oh no, but I and I says, look, you know, it's like and I told her straight out. You know, it's like we told you from the get-go that this had to be done. So unfortunately, that's it.
Yep.
So.
Well,
The designers have their vision of what they want.
Exactly.
And if a model is told this is what they want, that's what it is. Just like whenever they tell you for a casting, come dressed like this, like this, like
Yes.
this, go the way that they're asking.
Exactly.
They have the vision of how they want to see you.
yeah. And to just like finish up, like wrap this up a little bit, I said, thank you so much for your time. And I even said it in Spanish, just trying to be better about that. And I went to the designer next to her, and she fitted me in this beautiful swimsuit. And that same designer, the initial designer, looked at me and she said, oh my gosh, she was like, I've been trying to put you in the wrong dress this entire time. And she was like, come back, wear this. And she put me in this beautiful mermaid gown. And I'm just like, it's those types of opportunities and those moments where I'm so grateful for how I've been able to just work with people,
Right,
and,
evolve, live and learn.
You just try to be so kind. You want to be kind.
But
you wanna
remember
be
what they
treated
taught us in the
kindly.
Marines. Adapt,
Ooh, yes,
improvise,
absolutely.
overcome.
Yes. And so I'm glad that's what I did, and it feels like that being that way was exactly what helped me get back into that door. And I was able to wear about 3 designers that night, and couldn't have been more happy. Like, couldn't have been happier. So.
Okay, you heard it. Happy.
Yes.
Be the better you. And as you can see, there's going to be a lot more interviews of this. This is just one that is actually a casting, but I'm going to keep it because everything had to flow. There was so much connection that, Tony did amazing. And we're definitely looking forward to continue, not just, but many more to come. So check it out. Fashion Icon.
Have you ever felt like you have dry skin? I have a solution for you. Use Mita de Perales with collagen, vitamin A, and E. Perfect for your skin.